Welcome back, everybody. Today's episode is called The Gambler.
Oh, we have episode names?
Yeah. Real fancy now.
Where's the beach episode? When do we have that?
We're not getting to that yet. So anyway, the Shriek-Hawk comes out of hyperspace into the Corellian system. Not over Corellia itself. You guys are coming out by the planet Tralis. And already above the planet, it's a pretty... it's not... Corellia is a big city planet. It's got some oceans and stuff. Tralis is a lot more backwater, comparatively.
Like Kentucky.
Sure. But above the planet, there is a, docking station. And there is a large ship that is docked with this station. Anybody that somewhat knows ships would immediately recognize this as a Caliban-style star yacht. Think the same kind of thing like Dryden Voss, his big tower ship. I think Satine in Clone Wars also had a Caliban brand yacht. They're huge.
Owning a yacht.
It's literally the size of a Star Destroyer, but it flies upright instead of with the point facing forward.
It's in space. It's fine.
It's pretty bland looking on the outside though, which surprises you. It's just a lot of regular gunmetal gray.
They're not like Padme. They didn't just go full chrome with it.
No.
Maybe because
Plus
chromium's
chromium's
hard to come by.
yeah, chromium's expensive. It's a lot. But who is flying the ship? Clank is co-piloting with you, but I think it's Foss who usually does it. But
I thought it's U6.
I have a really high agility and piloting are career skills, but I don't have any points in them. So
It's either you or U6.
Well, I've got a 2 in piloting planetary and 1 in piloting space, and 4 dice to roll.
Yeah, that sounds more right.
Yeah, you can
That
do it
sounds
for
more
now.
right.
Which kind of roll is it? Is it planetary or?
it would
Space.
be planetary. No, you're right. Space.
Space.
I'm just
Space.
stupid.
Oh yeah, what's the next?
Fuck. I'm not gonna make you make a roll. I'm just for
then-
setting the scene purposes.
Oh, then I
assessed
made a
who's
roll
flying.
for no reason then.
Good job.
At least we succeeded.
Usix, as you're flying into the hangar, as soon as you pass the barrier shield, it is immediately different on the inside. The outside, like I said, is very utilitarian, very flat gray. Inside is a lot of silver and cobalt, in a very Art Deco style decorations, and this is just a hangar that is this nice. And the Art Deco has engraved designs of some scenes from the core worlds. So you see the cityscape on Coruscant and the solar system here in the Corellian system, all just kind of engraved in a big mural on the walls. And there's already a decent amount of ships in here. Not a ton. It looks like most people that board the Crystal Star board it from the docking platforms. They don't fly their own ships in.
They're not bougie like us.
Yeah. But the ships you do see, if a ship could be underdressed, the Shriek-Hawk is very much underdressed. You're flying into the hangar.
It is called a utilitarian aesthetic.
Well,
Form, a function over form.
before you guys got it, the Shriek-Hawk spent a lot of time on Tatooine. So,
We
it's
just
very...
had it sandblasted of its original paint.
I don't
It's-
think we
it's
ever
mostly
established...
just a chrome color.
I was going to say, I don't think we ever established what paint job the Shriek-Hawk would have.
It's rusty and metal. That's about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of, sand weathering. I would assume it's got, its name, in Arabesh. Probably on that little strut that comes off the side of the main dish. That leads to where the cockpit is.
Would it be etched in or would it be painted on? Because if
It
it
would
was
have been painted on.
then it's
It would have been
fucking
painted
gone.
on. Well, here's the thing. here's the thing. You guys named it when you got the ship. So the name would be the newest paint on it. So the name is probably relatively fine. Comparatively, let's say that there's another like 4 or 5 ships in the hangar with you. All of them are like very nice. There is one chromium yacht that's kind of parked off all the way to the side. It's got its own little roped off section. But it looks like all the people who are already in here who've landed, they are already inside.
Mingling.
There's like nobody, there's nobody milling about in the hangar. The only people you see is like the 2 security guys at the door, a guy with like a light that's kind of gesturing you in. But you sit down. I'm assuming, like, you can see by the security station that there are, like, lockers that they have. So you could either leave the stuff that you're not allowed to bring on board in the Shriek-Hawk, or you can bring it and have it put in the lockers. It's up to you.
I'm leaving mine on the ship because I don't trust them.
That is fair.
I am also going to leave my Galar on the ship, just, be less suspicious.
They're not going to let me in with my jetpack, are they?
No.
Not if you tell them it's just for aesthetics.
Would they let me in if I took the rocket out?
Still no.
You're gonna light up someone's dress.
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
So as you guys are kind of putting your stuff away, either in your personal
I'm not
bunk
I'm not
room.
leaving that jetpack in the fucking locker in this place. I'm leaving it locked up in the ship because I'm not.
I think
That is fair.
we're all
risky.
doing that. I don't think anyone wants to leave their, especially if we have to make a hasty retreat.
As you guys are heading towards the ramp to leave the Shriek-Hawk, Clank comes like jogging up behind you all, and he just kind of like stands there, timidly almost, and
So, guys, what do you want me to do?
Are we allowed +1s?
I feel like we should probably leave Clank on the ship in case, again, we need to make a haste.
Yeah, but guess what? If we're allowed a +1, then we can let Clank mingle.
I also am not sure that we want Clank around, the kind of people that spend all their time on space yachts.
I don't want to be around these people, but I have to, so Well, would it be suspicious if we left someone on board our ship just in case we need to make a hasty retreat? That kind of seems.
Well, they don't know. He's just our droid pilot.
I mean, you could make
I'm
the
a
fair
droid.
assumption that, like, at least a few of the other ships that are in here have, like, a personal pilot or even a pilot droid that acts as, like, a chauffeur. So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to
Yeah,
leave
but
somebody
our
on the ship.
chauffeur looks
Alright,
like a piece
I'ma
of
ask-
shit.
Clank, do you want to come to the party?
Well, I mean, I've never been on a mission before, but, like, if you want me there,
I know he's supposed.
I don't think this
I
guy's
know
a bounty
Clank is
True.
supposed to be based off of
True.
a B1 battle droid, but he always sounds like he's trying to push his glasses up and keep his pencils in his pocket protector.
And that's why I
His
think
voice
it's better
makes
if
you-
we let him
His
experience
voice
the
makes
world
you
a
want to
little
shove
bit.
him in a locker.
Yeah, but it's better if we let him experience the world a little bit.
He's gonna get shot immediately.
He shouldn't be getting shot. That makes no sense.
Al, where we go, trouble follows.
Yeah, but it's like a fancy, rich, snobby place. They're not gonna shoot a droid. They're just probably gonna call him some droid slur.
We can't have that. And then
You're
we get
right.
into
We
a fight
can't.
with him.
Well, he has to experience the world.
I think we should leave him on the ship. But
He's a
like a
free-thinking
dog.
individual.
Is he though?
Yes, there's a reason he came up to us and
I
asked
don't know.
what we should do
He's a
or what he
droid,
should do.
so I don't think he is.
I say that he's a free man. He is free to do whatever he likes. That is if we're allowed a +1 and such. If he's not allowed with us, then that's.
Yeah, you did not ask about a +1 prior.
But to be fair, if they're rich snobby people, I can just be like fuck you. Like Like, the rich snobby people aren't the people we have to worry about. It's the bodyguards who go,
I
hey,
don't think
no
that rich or
dinky
snobby.
droids coming through. And then I'll look at him and be like, talking to me? You talking to me?
Well, hey, it's up to you.
I think it's totally fine if we let Clank do his thing.
Alright, he's your responsibility,
Fine.
though.
We can get the schmoove on. So, Clank, if you want, you can come on along.
Oh, this is gonna be so exciting. Do I get a gun?
No,
We also say no to that.
I do say no to that. Because
but
I'm
what if
not
we
allowed
get in a
to.
fight?
If we get in a fight,
Garish.
then here, have this, and I'm gonna pass him the spare club, one of the 4 spare clubs I made.
We're gonna get into a fight. This pilot droid is literally gonna try and beat some gunman with a club,
it's literally
and
just
he's going to get shot and killed.
I'm like, just it's a secret operation, so like blend in a bit, you know. You've got some natural charm, even if you don't know you got it. So play off of that.
Don't worry. I got you.
And he winks, but he's only got one eye.
Yeah.
So his one photoreceptor just like closes real quick.
Like,
This is gonna be just like the HoloFits, I swear.
oh yeah, it is.
And he starts making like lightsaber noises as he swings the club around.
And I'm gonna look back at everyone, and I'm gonna sigh. Cause what have I unleashed upon this poor universe? Darth Clank. So yeah, so let's go meet those bodyguards, get inside, find our target, kidnap him, and get out.
Okay. So yeah, you walk down the boarding ramp and walk up to the security checkpoint. One of the guys there. It's a very how do I want to say this? It looks part uniform, part tuxedo. It's very fancy, but you can tell it's definitely a uniform, more of formal wear.
Okay, so a lot of military people. Or
Yeah.
okay,
It does have that kind of like imperial styling to it.
great.
And as you walk up, not saying much, but they do have like essentially like those metal detector wands.
Mm-hmm.
But it's giving off a slight glow that you can tell as like it's essentially like a scanner.
Mm-hmm.
That they run up and down each of you. None of you have anything restricted on you, correct?
Nope.
And are any of you trying to hide anything?
No.
I got a shield and a club.
No.
And a clank.
Yeah. So as they do, the three of you,
They stopped Clank because he's a robot.
they stop for a moment. Does he have a ticket?
Alright, look at them. and
Of all the things, does the robot have a ticket?
I have a ticket. You're right.
Clank doesn't.
True. Yes. No.
Sorry, your
What?
dog has to wait inside.
I'm
Your dog
sorry,
has to-
sir, but no ticket, no entry.
All right. Now here's what we do. Are the tickets specifically to our name, or is it just like if we, like the stereotypical, you just need it to say you're invited, or is it like in my name?
It is definitely in your name,
Okay.
and they're like, imagine almost the like bounty pucks. From
Oh,
The
how it
Mandalorian.
displays us too.
Yeah,
How much
it's not as
information
big.
do they have on us? Jesus Christ.
It's literally just like a picture of you and your name
Okay.
and like the date that you purchased the ticket.
Okay. So my plan
and like
of
it's got like a serial number for the ticket too, just so they can match it.
yeah. So my plan of hand my ticket over to Clank and find my way inside the party. Alternatively, does not work. Because he could pretend to be a robot.
Clank is just staying
Yeah.
on the ship.
Alright, Clank. So now you're gonna play the important role of ship inspector. You're gonna make sure.
You want me to go inspect those other ships? Because that seems a little rude, but I mean, I'm willing to do it. For the job.
Hey, just make sure if someone asks you what you're doing, you say admiring the fine art.
The security guy behind you is like, he's not allowed to do that.
Look at other people's
Those are
ships.
private property.
He's looking at them. What's wrong with admiration?
I think Clank should probably just stay on the ship. He is a pilot droid after all.
That's a little offensive. People can reach beyond their set boundaries.
Yeah, and I'm a co-pilot droid.
Exactly. So
And he puts his hands on his hips.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Clank. Can you still wait on the ship?
Aww. I guess.
And he starts shuffling back towards the Shriek-Hawk.
You guys
And,
make Clink sad.
Well, it's not our
There's
fault.
there's a can of an empty can of carbonated beverage that's it looks like there's a stack of boxes
He
that
just
some
kicks
of
it at him.
it looks like some of the engineering crew were using it as essentially standing around the water cooler, and left some refuse, and he kind of shuffles his way, not beelining for it, but enough in that direction that he can kick that can further into the hangar, and then aggressively shuffles up the boarding ramp, and you can just barely make out
This is freaking stupid. I mean, they're just not letting me on because I'm a droid.
Anyways, I guess we'll head inside. I'm not the one who made him upset though. That's on you guys.
How?
Okay. So
We're not the one who was barring him entry.
as you head in, it's more of that silver and cobalt Art Deco kind of design throughout. The hallways are a little bit, they're not as ornate as the hangar was, but it's still that kind of very opulent. Probably the most opulent place you guys have seen. And you eventually make your way into what is the main chamber, which is a large, essentially gambling hall. And as you look up, it's kind of many tiered, and the tiers kind of get smaller as it gets further up. So each floor is just a little bit smaller. But all those floors above you are a walkway. So you could go up a floor and look down into the gambling hall.
Mm-hmm.
And in the center of that, hanging down from the ceiling, is this large, slightly opaque crystalline structure that's been hollowed out and has a light setup inside of it that they're using as a chandelier. But other than where it's been hollowed out, the rest of it is raw crystal. And you would know from the dossier that you were given about the job and everything, this is kind of where the Crystal Star got its name from.
Now, how many of you want to bet that this crystal is perhaps a kyber?
That's a big
Could
waste
we
of
make-
kyber.
Could we make a massive lightsaber out of this? Attach it to the ship, a big lightsaber battering
One
ram.
could call it the Crystal Star
Could we
Destroyer.
make, say, a giant death laser out of this?
Shh. Don't give
And
them any idea.
When I say it's big, I mean it's obviously it's not the same size on all sides. It's rough and jagged, but it is roughly 10 foot by 10 foot crystal.
Okay, what about the third dimension?
It's a
10
little bit
foot.
taller, but it kind of spikes out in places, almost like a jack or an undersea mine. It's got a big dense cluster in the center with these crystalline
Spokes.
spikes,
Okay.
that come out in all directions. It looks like the kind of thing you wouldn't want to be standing underneath.
But
But-
Oh no.
It's got a thick Durasteel cable that's holding it to the ceiling, and around that on this main floor, there is every possible gambling game that you could imagine. You've got multiple sabacc tables, Pazak, you've got Djarik, and a bunch of stuff you've never even seen before. This place is very large and very opulent.
How in charge is it, though?
Very in charge.
Okay.
All right. Well, good luck with the mission, guys. I'm gonna go play blackjack. See you later.
I actually will say, Foss, since this place is very rich and has like some of the better top of the line stuff, they do have wireless HoloNet connections, and you realize that you have 2 notifications on your datapad.
You ain't been checking up on your phone?
Yeah, I'm gonna check my text really quick. Hold on. Yeah. What does it say?
Do you want the first message first or the second message first?
All right. Let's just go in order. First message, then second message.
Okay. You see that the first message is from Vox Dava, which states they're both text messages, and it reads, "Hello, Foss. It's been a while since we've had any contact, but
Where the hell's my money?
we've had some developments when it comes to the debt that you owe. About half of it has been paid.
Oh no.
Beyond that,
Where the hell's my money?
well, you don't really need to know. Just work on getting the other half. Ciao."
They're
Damn, I didn't know they had-
French?
How much was the half again?
I think the debt was like 10,000 credits.
Oh, okay. I might be able to pay him off. I don't. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The IRS can get my money out of my cold debt.
That would mean though that
and they will try.
your obligation for blackmail would go down by half. The other message is from Chi Li.
Oh, cool.
Why is he boning a chick named Chili again?
It's a Salonian named Chi Li. Thank you. I don't remember where did you leave off the last conversation you had with Chi Li?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember either. It is not in my notes.
Well, then I'll just wing it, and that'll be the new canon. So it reads, "Hey there, stud.
Oh, jeez.
I got a new job, so I'll be moving off of Manon. If you're ever near Hut Space, hit me up. I might be on Nar Shaddaa soon."
Didn't we just come from there?
No, you were on the Ring of Kafrine.
All I know is never meet a chick in the hut system.
Alright, well, I'll keep that in mind if we ever head to Nar Shaddaa, which is fairly likely because we are bounty hunters.
I will say, the message you got from Vox, the way it's written, I was kind of paraphrasing a bit, but it does seem intentionally vague and ominous.
Oh,
as
really?
to why
Okay.
half of your debt was paid. Obviously, he doesn't go into details, but it's weighing on you a little bit. You can't really pin down what that could mean.
I think she got a job as a huttess, if you would.
Alright, well, I'm gonna keep in mind if anybody brings that up to me.
So, you guys have some time. You were kind of like the last people they were waiting on before it would
They
depart
waited on us?
for trials. Yeah, because they don't, they got a lot of high-paying clients, and some of them do show up, fashionably late. So
Some don't show up fashionable at all.
yeah, so they do have a little grace period where they wait for them to show up, just so that they don't get the inevitable, call to the people in charge and everything about, hey, I'm never doing business with you again. You left without me, all that kind of shtick. And obviously they didn't realize you guys were going to be showing up in a rust bucket. So missing out on your business would probably not be too big of a hit. But
Jokes on them. We're hitting up the free bar.
there are, server droids walking around with, champagne, but there's also some, fancy glasses of other liquors.
Fine motor oil.
I mean, I'm sure they have oil baths in the engineering, section of the ship, but
Asking for a friend, do they have the weird torture that they did to the gunk droid in Jabba's Palace?
that you got to pay extra for that.
God damn it.
You guys have like around 2 hours now that the ship is kind of pulling away from the docking station before you reach the next planet, Trallus's sister planet Talus, where you know that Drex, your target, will be boarding. So for those 2 hours, what would you like to do?
I have a question first. Does the ship travel through hyperspace, or is it just...
No, it's all sublight.
Okay, alright, good to know,
Because like the whole idea is like in this big room there are like big viewing windows. It's kind of the whole appeal of the ship being built vertically, is that essentially all floors can have some level of view, and so you can come here and gamble and drink and schmooze while also having a cool space view in the background and admiring the nice opulence of the core worlds. And being here, you wouldn't even know that there's a civil war going on. But what would you like to do?
How long do we have?
2 hours, roughly.
That's not very long at all. Wait, are you sure this thing's traveling sublight?
Yeah, Talus is literally the next planet, and
This is fast.
These yachts are custom built. They're not like a thing that you can go to like a starship lot and just buy a Calavan yacht. They have to be custom built to order. So this was built to the specifications of getting around in sublight speed quickly. Like, not too quickly, because you still want to have a nice view and, you don't want the trip to be too short. But the trade-off is its hyperdrive is not the fastest. But it's
And
not.
also
It doesn't.
sounds like it's not very armored.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be though, because
We're not
It's-
terrorists
yeah.
in this campaign.
and also it's traveling in system, so it
In the
doesn't
core
really need
worlds.
to move out of the like. It's got enough time to hyperspace to the next fancy core world system that it's going to take a tour of before it needs to, get more coaxium and such.
Alright, well,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go take a relaxing hot oil bath.
Are you sure they
To
have those?
grease
here?
up my
They hate droids.
servos. No, they don't hate droids, they hate poor people. Which, with my $3,000 or 3,000 credit bank account, couldn't catch me being one of those. And also the fact that our tickets are already prepaid and they can't stop me now. I'm gonna get that oil.
Okay.
So
Foss, Usix, what are you guys doing?
I'm taking a nap. Fuck, it's only 2 hours.
taking it now. Where
It's
are
only
you
2
taking it?
hours.
You just gonna go take up a whole bed, like a bed or like a couch? People
Go
could be
sleep
playing
on a chair
backgammon.
somewhere.
You're
You're
just
just
gonna-
gonna do like the cowboy thing and find a booth somewhere and pull your helmet down over your eyes.
I can't really pull a helmet over my eyes further than it can already
I
go
would
because
like
it's
the
over my face already.
I would like the idea of some wealthy person to come over here and be like, "Oh my god, a Mandalorian! I gotta talk to them." And they talk to a sleeping Usex for hours, thinking they're just stoic and silent. And he's like, "Yeah, wait, hold on, what? Who are you?"
I don't think rich people would be like, "Oh, look, a Mandalorian." I
Yeah,
have to
because
go
they're
talk
like,
to him."
"Ooh,
They'd
an
be like,
exotic person."
They are very rare right now.
they'd be like, "Ooh, warrior man. Let me stay away from him."
No, I think they would be like, well, especially because they're like Imperial officers and whatnot. I would assume it's the same people who go like, "Oh my god, a Roman warrior? Very cool." It's the same thing.
Yeah, except
They're
there's no
mandiboos.
Roman warrior.
They're mandiboos. Either way, yeah. So we got hot oil bath, dozing cowboy.
I'm gonna actually familiarize myself with like the ship layout. Just
What I'm hearing, he's gonna go find other bitches to fuck.
no, I'm gonna like find the entrances,
Bird.
exits, the stairs.
Familiarize
Okay.
yourself with their layouts.
So then give me a perception roll.
Oh,
2 purple.
2 purple. That is 2 successes.
Okay. So, yeah, you're able to do some general wandering around, trying to not look super suspicious. But, there's not a lot of exits in the sense that you're in a spaceship that's in space.
Yeah.
So
I hope there's no
Well, no,
exit.
I
do
mean,
know
like,
that there is,
if there's like maintenance areas or something that they wouldn't normally want people going in. Like, I want to find out points of interest, maybe.
yeah, okay. Hold on, let me look at my
Wait.
notes.
I've pulled let me look at my notes before. Believe me.
Let me look at my notes. It's just code for hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna wing it.
So as far as points of interest go, there is on the lower levels, on the lowest levels of the ship is where general maintenance is for the droids. That's where you see Iota heading for. But on the lower levels that are, populated by the actual guests, there is like 2 floors dedicated to like a big swimming pool. It's got like fancy lounge chairs around it, and it goes from like relatively waist deep to like real deep. And there are a few like Quarren that you see like swimming around. There's a Nautilin that's kind of doing laps.
Rhodian are semi-aquatic, aren't they?
I don't think so. Aren't
They're
they just-
definitely
they're just-
reptilian. I don't know if they're aquatic.
Throw an iguana in a lake, see what happens.
It'll freak out.
Honestly, with the way Rhodians look, I always thought they were more of an insectoid race,
No.
like a fly without wings.
It's just the eyes, really. The eyes are freaky. Anyway,
Rhodia is swampy, so I feel like I've got
yeah. I mean, you would know how to swim. I mean, you're not like a Mon Calamari, but you do find that the topmost level, like the widest room, is like a mixture of like a Zen garden kind of thing with an observation deck. It's like all big transparent steel windows, so you can see out into space. But then the rest of it's like a small park with like actual trees and grass and like foliage and shit.
Like a park.
Yeah. Other than that, above that is a smaller room, which is essentially the bridge, but you're not allowed to go up there. You do find some access to like maintenance, like hallways and tunnels and stuff. You do make note of there is only one normal way to get back into the hangar you guys landed in, but you do see that there is a like maintenance shaft that runs in roughly the same direction. So you make mental note of that, just in case you need an alternative way. Yeah. So you're doing that. Usix is sleeping. And Iota is down in maintenance, taking a bath. So after a little bit of time, you start approaching the docking station above Talus. And who is actively what is your game plan?
He doesn't know what we look like, right?
As far as you know, no, he does not know what you look like.
Okay, cool. Then I don't.
So what do we know about him? I think that's the main thing.
All you know is that he's a gambler that has, swindled a lot of money out from underneath the Hut cartel, and
All right.
he's potentially
How about this?
armed. Relatively dangerous to a normal person, but to the three of you, probably not. But that's about it.
I have a plan. Who here wants to fake gamble away our ship, and then when we go to show him on board, we just kidnap him?
That's a terrible idea.
How is that a terrible idea?
Because I don't want to get arrested.
He's wanted. We're not going to get arrested. Who's going to arrest us?
The police.
How much is
The
bounty
police
for?
that aren't going to do anything when we say he's wanted?
How much for?
That's a good point.
Yeah, but you need to take a bounty contract on the person. You can't just go all Judge Dredd on everything.
We do have a bounty contract.
On this specific guy.
Yes,
Yes.
that's why we're here. He's just not. The only reason he's not being turned in is because A, he's got money, and B, because it's the huts, and he's not in a hut system. No one's gonna touch us once we get to the hut system.
Yeah, but before then...
Then again, you're still messing around with the huts. So they're gonna risk this one guy who's a swindler.
The huts have, like, no power in the core worlds.
They do when they hire assassins.
Yeah, that's kind of why you guys are there.
Yeah, just not to assassinate him, just to make him give him back money, and probably like go in a hut death camp. Mining, probably. So I like my plan because if he's a swindler, he'll know. We know that we can't play fair against him.
Yeah, he's a swindler, so he knows when we're gonna swindle him.
No, he thinks he's just doing what he does best. If we play a fool and we're like, damn, we lost our ship, we're gonna have to get off at the next stop. And he'll be like, cool, let me check out the ship. And then we just dead-ass kidnap him.
So we're just gonna let him win the ship?
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Because if we actively make a confrontation, then, you know. So then let's form other plans. What's a plan?
I don't know, we could just have somebody wait in the bathroom and, like, hit him on the head when he goes to take a piss.
Alright, so if one of you is able to make him take a piss, I'll go hide in the bathroom with a club. But what am I going to do after that?
I think the idea of letting him win the ship is actually not bad. We just need to fool him into, you know, thinking that we're actually stupid enough to lose our ship.
That's not hard. He already probably has a huge ego if he managed to rip off the huts.
Good point. Alright, so who wants to go to the gambling table?
I'm bad at presents.
I'll do it, I guess.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna hit up Clank and be like, hey, I need you to set up the ship for an extra guest.
Should I like make some calf or like?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get a pop ruin. Don't worry, I got you.
Good. Anything to keep the lad busy.
Why did you...
You gotta make him feel important.
Yeah, but you're having to brew a pot
You
of
guys
coffee?
should be happy. You're gonna get the coffee. This guy's not. He's gonna be in a coma.
Okay, so are you guys
How
just...
do you plan on putting him into a coma?
With a club.
You're just waiting in the, like, the main gambling hall?
Yeah, I'll sort of sit at, a bar or something like that and just wait to see where he heads.
Okay, what are Iota and Usix doing while this is going on?
I'm gonna stay far enough away and just trying to look like just a normal droid who's just vibing. Just so if something goes wrong, I can intercept, as fast as possible. But I want to leave the debauchery up to not me. Usix?
I mean, from where I am now, can I get a look at where the gambling table is?
Well, he hasn't gone to one yet, right? We're waiting for that.
Yeah, you guys are waiting for him. You haven't seen him yet. You can get a decent angle on, like, where Foss is at the bar, but...
Alright, well, I'll try my best to keep my eyes on him.
And remember, you don't need to be on the main floor either. There is, like, the upper floor looks down on the main floor. So you could feasibly also be
You
up
said there was only
looking
one
down.
entrance from the hangar anyway, so he's got to come through that door.
Yeah, there is two other hangars, but they're all on the same side of the ship. So, whichever one he enters from, and that's if he has his own ship. He also might enter from the actual docking station, in which case he would enter from the front of the ship.
Alright, well, I'll keep an eye out for him, and if we don't see him by the time we start moving, I might go to the next spot.
Okay. So, in that case, Iota and Usix,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need y'all to make stealth checks.
Ooh, we sneak in.
It's
Where
gonna
are you
be
sneaking?
2 red dice.
Just trying to blend in, I believe. Yikes, that's a despair. Ugh. Ugh, I'm not very good at blending in. I'm just your normal average day robot.
PogChamp. Two success, 1 threat. Poggers.
Okay. So,
Imagine being bad at sneaking.
I only have 2 agility.
You're
Foss.
I'm not a stealth guy.
Give me.
Fringe Lord.
I got this in my notes. Hold on.
In his notes.
Are you looking for his stats?
No, I just wanted to make sure I had it written down right. Get that. So, it's just going to be either a vigilance or a perception roll, 2 purple. This guy does not have any stealth.
That is 2 success and a triumph.
Okay.
Damn, girl.
So you see, coming from the front entrance to the gambling hall. So he definitely does not have his own ship. Drex, relatively scruffy-looking Pantoran guy, starts striding in through the main door into the gambling hall. However, you also see that he obviously clocks Iota. And not only does he see Iota, you all have like your guild medallions that you use to access guild terminals and let other guild members know that you're part of the guild.
Did Iota forget to take his off?
Because he's a droid, Iota's is magnetic, and he did not remove
Don't look
it.
at me.
And it is very obviously clung to the chest of his chassis. Drex sees
Couldn't
this
have put on a shirt.
and
I have a jacket.
books it
God damn it!
through
There
one of
goes
the
the
open
plan
doors.
to. There goes the plan to kidnap him.
Oh no, the plan to kidnap him's still up, just not that plan. Anyways, wait, when you say he clocks me, do you mean he goes to hit me?
No. He sees you
Oh.
and recognizes that you are
Okay.
a bounty hunter.
How far away is he?
He
I'm
is
booking it.
like medium distance from Foss, who's the closest.
Perfect.
Um,
Don't
Perfect.
shoot him. Please don't shoot him.
I'm shooting him.
fuck.
I do want to let you know.
We're in a crowded area.
Yes, which is going to be already a thing. Are you trying to shoot him normally or with a stun?
No, I have a stun setting.
Okay, so you're going to need to be in short range for that.
Is that for stun setting?
Yeah, they have a max range of short. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Also, your gun, the pocket pistol you have, also adds a setback dice to any attack you make.
I am aware, but I have mods for that. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Okay, so then I am going to use a maneuver to get into short range of him. I can do that, medium to short, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and now that I am in short range of him, I'm going to use my electronics sight system to aim as an incidental, and I have quick strike as one. I have quick draw as well, so I don't need to worry about that. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and it's 1 purple for short range.
It is indeed 1 purple. He does have 1 defense.
I also have accurate, so that
Do you want
another blue.
to use a destiny point?
No. I have 5 greens, 3 blues against 1 purple and 1 setback, so I should be okay.
Okay, because I'm going to use 1, so that 1 purple dice is going to become a red dice.
I can see that from
Bro.
a mile away. As soon as he starts asking about it, you take that guess.
Let me make sure that I don't have anything extra.
Dude, I'm about to sweep this guy's leg.
I am about to sweep this guy.
I was designed for social
Let's see how this
interaction.
goes. Okay, yeah, that's 5 success, 2 advantage.
How much stun damage was that?
Okay, so it would be 5 base plus the 5 success. And it has a crit of 3, so I don't get to crit. I don't know if you can crit
You
on
can't
stun.
crit on stun, no.
Okay, so what can I do with 2 advantage?
You can either spend them for the effects of your weapon, which I don't know if yours has any. And then there is... I can pull up
I think there's
I think I can like.
you can give a blue
recover
to a
some
specific person. You could use it to recover strain.
I have some strain lost from last session that I assume...
that would have all been fixed.
Okay, I'll probably add a black to anything that this guy tries to do.
Okay, and that's 10 total damage.
Yes, that is 10 stun damage.
Okay, so he gets hit. He does not go down though. So
Should we?
well, this is gonna now be a chase.
All right. How's chases work?
It's going to be you guys' athletics versus his athletics.
Don't you mean? Never mind. You're right.
Uh,
Oh wait, athletics. Oh, this.
That's
is
Braun, big guy. That's gonna be you.
so, the way we're gonna do this, it's gonna be a combined roll for you guys. So, I will allow either. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna enforce it.
Oh yeah.
Athletics
How are you going to Oh no.
is usually a bronze skill.
Mm-hmm.
This will use agility instead.
Oh, good.
Oh great. So it just ruins me.
You're each going to roll against his agility as the difficulty.
That's even worse.
So
That's even better.
the difficulty for this roll
Blind roll, so I'm the only one who needs to do it.
is going to be 2 red, 2 purple.
Yikes.
If he's running that fast, should I even try?
This is a combined roll. Why are you rolling?
Everybody's rolling,
Oh.
Because we're all trying to catch up to him.
unless you're actively not trying to catch him.
I'm gonna cause more harm than good.
Does this use a special or a skill, or is it just agility?
It's athletics, but you use agility instead.
Exactly.
Ah. Okay.
Which is why it's doubly bad for me, because I have nothing in athletics, and then my agility's just lower.
Alright, I got 1 success, 3 advantage.
Okay.
Dude, this man's too fast.
So essentially, you guys, or Foss, in this specific scenario, since you got 1 success, you were at short range with him.
Yeah.
So, in this round of the chase, you have moved to engage range.
That's
Meaning-
actually not good.
So, yeah, the rest of you, you're trying, but you're all still at medium distance from him. And Usix, you're going to take 3 strain. Iota, you're going to take 1. Now, the next round of the chase, Foss, you are in engaged range. You're like right on his tail.
Kick him in the nuts.
Beat his ass!
So you have a choice here.
Yes.
You can either continue to chase, which will be easier. It'll be the same roll as you just rolled.
Okay.
Or you can try and tackle him.
Can I just shoot him?
I mean, you could also do that, but it's going to be done while running, so it'll be more difficult.
Alright, what would tackling him imply?
So it would be a brawl roll.
Ooh.
Sounds like he's already gonna shoot him.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up shooting him.
And one of the dice is going to be upgraded from its normal. So if you're going to shoot him, this would be close range.
Engaged.
Yeah, it would be engaged with a ranged
So
weapon.
2 green.
So it would be.
Or is it 3 green?
It would be.
Or not
it would be 3 purple.
Yeah.
By
So
3.
because you
it's
get
2 for being engaged, and then +1 because you're
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
one of those is going to be a red. Are you going to use a destiny point?
Can I not just move to short range and then shoot at him?
Okay, so if you're gonna do that, you might as well try to tackle him, and if you mess up, then you can just get up and shoot him.
How does that work?
Because if you'll tackle him, and if you miss, he's probably gonna advance forward, and then when he advances forward, instead of doing that, you can just shoot him next turn.
The thing is, my brawl is a yellow and a green, but I guess that's against, what, 2 purples? So.
So it's about even.
Is there an aim maneuver for tackling some?
You can just use a destiny dice. Use a destiny die.
No. Now the question is still out there. Yes. Would you like to use a destiny point?
I suppose so.
Okay. Because I'm going to use 1 too, so it's going to be against 2 red.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That is 1 success, 3 threats, and 1 triumph.
Those red dice rolled terribly. Okay. So, you tackle him. You're gonna take 3 strain.
He could use a triumph for
And triumph.
like the actual things.
Oh, I have binders. Is there any chance I can use my triumph to put binders on him?
Tyler would just go for that.
Yeah. I was gonna do something else, but yeah. Sure. So, the two of you, Usix and Iota, are trailing behind. You watch as Foss just fucking...
It's the oil bath. I'm still working it off.
You're still a little slippery, so, you're not getting a lot of traction.
Yeah, I slipped on the floor. I'm still slipping on the floor. It's very polished.
You come around the corner like Mike Wazowski, and there's that loud squeak on the polished floor. But you guys watch Foss he fucking takes off and tackles this guy to the ground. And in one very quick motion, slaps some binders on him.
I was a star on the track team back at Rhodia High.
Rhodia.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I mean, everybody, he kind of like booked it into a hallway. It looks like this hallway both has stairs that lead, stairs and turbo lifts that lead up to the floors above the main gambling hall. But also it looks like there are private rooms along these hallways as well. And so there are some people in the hallway with you guys, and they have kind of just stuck themselves to as close to the walls as they can as you've just tackled this man to the ground and slapped cuffs on him.
Yeah, I just ping on my little bounty hunter sigil to show off the fact that we're cool bounty hunters. And that this man is probably going to be fed to a live animal in front of a studio audience.
Man, I remember that part of iCarly.
I will say, as you, as Foss, if you're on top of him,
Give you to a wild.
like he's struggling underneath you, and he's kind of like he's struggling underneath you, and he's like looking over his shoulder, and he's like, "Listen, you guys don't understand, okay? I can't go in. I can't go in, all right? I need to be here, okay? Okay?
Why do you need to be here?
Are you being intimidating, or are you...
No, I'm just asking him. I'm being...
Okay, give me
Yo,
a
this man,
negotiation roll.
if we have to negotiate with this man about why we shouldn't feed him to a wild, like, anthrax-laced bear, I'm not gonna put up with it.
Sometimes you just have to feed
what
people
is the
to an
difficulty for this?
anthrax-based bear.
You just tackled him to the ground, so it's gonna be 1 purple, 1 red.
I would think this man would be more persuaded.
Well, he's nowhere close to persuaded.
Okay, that's a failure and a threat.
It seems like it's not like he shuts down, but he's like not listening really to what you're saying. He just keeps muttering.
Is this guy on drugs?
I need to do this. I need to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
look.
you got any,
All right, well, I'm gonna bring him along behind me and find a security officer or something, just so that we don't, get forcibly thrown off the ship for my...
Yeah, you don't need to
stunt.
go far. There are 2 security guys
Okay.
that are running up the hallway towards you.
Yeah, I'm gonna, show him the sigil and explain what happened.
I don't think they'll care.
They look exasperated, but after kind of looking at your medallion and then looking at each other, they both let out a sigh and they break around you to the other people in the hallway, and they're like, "Go on, go back to your drinks, go back to your gambling. Nothing to see here."
Sorry, he made a run for it. I just had to grab him.
Let's go turn this guy into Rancor Chow.
All right. Yeah, let's turn him into Rancor Chow. If he doesn't want to talk about what he needs to be here, I'm not really going to wait. I was paid to do a job, and I'm going to do the job.
Yeah, let's take him out of here. If he tries anything wily, I got a stick that's worth 40 credits to clop him over the head with.
I will ask, though, if we get off of the yacht now, can we get back
Oh
on
my
later?
God.
Like, do we have those little wristbands or whatever, just in case?
Just in case. What?
I mean, they didn't take your tickets, so I mean, technically.
Why do you want to get
yeah.
back
I think it's
on the
booked for
ship?
an amount of time. Just in case this guy is like. Even then, I don't care. We're bounty hunters.
Like, I will say, you guys are like, it's still docked to the docking station above Talus. The implication is that it docks at a place, stays there for enough time that people can board, and also the people that are already boarded can
Explore
like get off,
the planet.
see some stuff, and then
Yeah.
come back. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll keep the route of the yacht in mind in case we want to come back.
okay. So why don't we take this guy back to Clunk in the ship, Clank, and we give this guy a piece.
Is okay. So, you guys make your way back through, like, so the main gambling hall is like it's circular.
Spherical.
The whole, like, most levels of the ship are. So this hallway that you're in kind of runs around the exterior of the gambling hall. So you can just take this hallway and it'll get you back to the door that leads to the hangar, or you could just walk him directly through the gambling hall.
I'll go around. I don't want to attract attention, I guess.
We already
Okay.
dashed this guy through a hallway.
Yeah, we
So
did kind
you guys make it back to the hangar. The security guys here look like they've already been made aware of what was going on, so they don't give you any trouble. As you walk up the ramp to the Shriek-Hawk, it, being a YT-2400, the interior is very Falcon-esque. So there's like a little lounge area in the center with like a dining setup. Think like that kind of area of the ship where Luke trained with the probe.
Got it.
Except instead of just a bunch of boxes in the corner, it's like an actual like a little diner booth.
Okay.
So there's a space for you guys to eat and stuff while you're traveling. Clank is in there. He's just taken a pot of calf off the machine, and he's pouring 4 cups because I don't think he necessarily understands that Iota is a droid and does.
What do you
not
mean he
drink
doesn't
calf.
understand that? He's a droid.
But he's dumb.
Yeah, but you've kind of put
You're
yourself above him.
discriminating. You're discriminating
not the
against
smartest
your own
guy.
kind. What? Because you
I'm
made
not
it that they're
discriminating.
freeloaders? Is that it? You want Clank
he's
to
also
pull him
not
up by
that
his
bright.
Dude,
bootstraps?
Yeah, he is also a
Um,
B1 battle droid, so...
As you walk in, he's finished pouring the last cup, and he turns to greet you all.
Oh, you weren't lying there. We do have a guest. Hi, my name is Clank. What's your name?
I'm gonna shove the guy a little bit. Go ahead. Tell him.
He kind of looks over his shoulder at you, like, "Are you really making me do this?" Before turning back to Clank, and just kind of like he's cuffed behind his back, so he just kind of shrugs his shoulders a little bit, and just goes, "I'm Drex. Nice to meet you," and then kind of just glances back at you all over his shoulder.
Damn right it is. All right.
Okay then.
Let's why don't you guys get your Joe? Or do they have a different name for it in Star Wars? Do they call it like
They call
Jim?
it Mama. It's called Joe Mama.
It's literally just called Calf.
Okay, so what do we I don't really care about his sob story or whatever he was going on about.
He never
with this-
said anything.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't want to tell me about it, then I'm not gonna make it a
Yeah,
concern.
I mean, you guys
of mine.
also have not, like, you haven't talked to him since you.
Yeah, I was
started
gonna say
walking
that,
over here.
maybe
You
that's
also
what
have
Calf-
not searched him.
Fine, I'll empty out his pockets.
You have to do a full cavity search.
I will.
Uh-oh.
Um,
You really don't want the droid
Okay.
giving you a cavity search.
he's
Metal
uh,
hands in your bum is not a good thing.
He's
One's rusty.
Ew.
restrained, so it's just going to be a 1 purple perception.
Does
roll
he have
for
to
you.
make a
Um,
contesting roll to not get tetanus?
Make a Constitution saving throw. 1 success, 3 advantage.
Nice,
He has a
nice.
thermal detonator.
Yeah,
Um,
that's tetanus.
Okay, no, so he does have like a set of slicer gear on him. He is very obviously armed. He has a heavy blaster pistol holstered, but you also find a data pad shoved into the pocket of his jacket that is unlocked.
Okay, let's
Yoink!
read all of his text messages.
I'm reading his dirty secrets.
It looks like it's got minimal amount of information on it. It looks, from the making an assumption, it's like a burner.
Well, yeah, this guy seems like a drug addict, despite the fact that he was at the fancy party.
It has a set of messages between someone called the Overseer, and the messages essentially break down that the Overseer and his organization were planning on paying off his debt to the Hut cartels in exchange for him essentially assassinating someone else that was going to be aboard the Crystal Star and reacquiring some data that they had stolen from the Overseer's organization and were planning to sell for 750,000 credits.
Okay. So you know what that means?
Well, no,
That means-
we're not taking up an assassination job. We're
No,
bounty hunters.
opposite. We go kill that guy. We get the data. That's for the 750,000 credits. We go sell that.
I'm not.
If this is the best they could do to save that data, that's on them.
I still.
Also, we're
am,
bounty hunters. It's probably best if we don't do that. At first
Yeah,
place,
I'm gonna
especially if
say,
you don't know who that
let's
next
not assassinate nor murder anyone, please.
Well, who's he assassinating? I'm sure it tells. It wouldn't just give vague, like, they'll kill someone. That doesn't make any sense.
It says Imperial Data Analyst Wilhelm Varther.
That guy
Okay,
sounds like
we're
he
definitely not incurring
Oh,
the
yeah, we're
wrath
definitely
of the
not.
Empire.
I'm not saying we need to incur the wrath of the Empire. I'm saying maybe we should let this guy go do his job, and then he deals with the wrath of the Empire.
Well, no, because then we don't get paid.
Let him kill the guy, and then we take him to the huts.
Yeah, but then we don't get paid because they would pay off his debts. And that's the whole point. So there's two ways this guy can get his debts paid. One involves us getting money, and one doesn't.
So I do also want to say, because you did roll pretty damn well on that perception roll. You do see two other things. One, also in this guy's jacket, in the same pocket as the data pad, is a very familiar pouch of spice.
Why is that familiar?
Because he does spice.
Because it's the same spice that you found on one of those thugs when you were escaping the Ring of Kafrene, the ones that were dealing with the weird stormtroopers. The other thing you see is that upon close inspection, on his left hand, there is when you cuffed him initially, you just thought it was like a scar or a burn mark or something. You know, the general thing you'd get, in a hard lifestyle. Seeing it now, it is a brand that looks like the same symbol that was on those stormtroopers' armor.
So what I'm hearing is we either way they're the Empire,
Yes, but even more the reason to turn this guy in.
but then we incur the wrath of the Empire.
We already have incurred the wrath of that
So-
empire. So there's no downside to turning this guy in. Why would we go help this guy? However, we can find out who imprisoned us.
Or we let him kill the guy. He gets the data.
No.
We get him and the data. We turn him in and we sell the data. That way, the data can only be traced back to him. And by that point, he's already in the hut's protection, so to speak.
Yeah, but the problem there is the fact that then we have to go assassinate.
We don't need to
Imperial.
assassinate an Imperial. We need to let him assassinate an Imperial, and we just provide him the means of getting it done and a way out.
I think he would fight tooth and nail over that data, though.
He's gonna fight tooth and nail against 3 people.
Yes, because otherwise it's him going to the huts.
Well, I mean, they're the Empire on both ends. I don't think these people plan on
Yeah, but one
actually
empire
paying his
seems
debt.
much more, even though it's the empire, one seems just more evil and shady than the normal empire.
Which is why I'm saying I don't think they plan on letting this guy walk free after doing the assassination.
Well, they planned on paying off his debts.
Yeah, how much do you think that's actually going to be the case? They could just have someone come by and kill him.
True, he could get Lee Harvey off.
Or they could just have a bounty hunter come and take him to the huts.
True, so we should just save us some time and just do it ourselves.
Yeah, but if we get the data as well, we could sell that and strike a blow to the dickheads who lost
First
it.
of all, this guy's not getting back in. We already arrested him.
No, but we...
Yeah. So, we can interrogate him, but we still turn him over to the huts, just to find out more about who the hell he's working for. But, we definitely should not be going off doing random assassinations for no money. We don't even know who this guy would sell that information to.
I say we just turn him in. We came here to do a job. Let's get the job done.
Exactly. Hell, if we were feeling extra spicy, we could be like, hey, Empire, this guy's about to get assassinated. Give us money. But, no, because, I don't care about a dead imp. So, yeah. Let's take this man out to pasture. He doesn't deserve it any better. He's fucking imp. He's also a scumbag. So.
Yeah. Alright. Let's bring him in. Where was the drop-off point?
Hey, but now you get another thing of spice.
Oh, you're right. I do have another satchel of spice.
So, what is the plan?
Yeah, we're just gonna maybe do a light interrogation on the way there if you guys are feeling up for it. I have a one present, so I don't care. And we'll hand him over to the huts because this guy is in bed with the weird shady Imperials. Not
Yeah,
that
but the weird
normal
shady guys are just going to end up hiring another assassin to get their data back, aren't they?
Maybe that's their last stop. Maybe that's their last chance to do it. Think about it. They hired this guy.
I really doubt it's their
This
last
guy.
chance
Wait,
to
does
do
this
it.
guy even have a gun? How is he gonna assassinate?
He had a heavy blaster pistol on him, I said.
Oh, I missed that part. But it is kind of weird. Never mind. I was gonna say it's kind of weird that they would hire this guy, and it was coincidentally also we're coming to kill this guy or kidnap this guy. But then I realized it's the other way around. They hired him because they could use that as blackmail.
Or they could use it as an easy way of getting rid of him.
True, they could do that also. But
Because they could always... He does the job, then he could either be killed or just given to the huts.
either way, he's being arrested. They might hire someone else to kill that Imperial, but either way, if the Imperial lives or not, if they get the information and use it, that's a bunch of dead, weird, shady imps. If they don't use it, that's if that imp gets killed, that's one dead normal imp. So
Yeah, but then their data's back in their hands.
okay,
Which
and-
already wouldn't be a good thing.
true, but that's not on us. You want to go kill an Imperial officer on board a Imperial
A
ship?
single Imperial officer?
Everyone there, Jabe, everyone
Come
there
on.
is in Imperial uniform.
I will say,
Huh?
they're not in Imperial uniform. They're in... it's stylistically similar. And you did
They're
see...
from the core worlds. A lot of their outfits are Imperial designed because it's the core worlds.
And yeah, you did see what you could assume are some Imperials there that are off duty, but there's just as many fancy aliens and, other rich aristocratic types. So it's not like this whole thing is just Imperial personnel.
Okay. So, if you want to do it, the best way we could do it is we find out that this guy had an accomplice, with quotation marks, and now we find out who the accomplice is via interrogating this guy. The accomplice just so happens to be that Imperial officer, so now we have to go arrest him too.
Now someone's thinking with their brain.
However, we still have to do the problem of, we only have a bounty for one. What are we gonna do with the other guy? We can't kill him.
I mean, we can. He's an imp.
Yeah, but he's not. That's illegal. That part of it is illegal.
Okay, they won't know that he's
We're
getting
not supposed
killed.
to. According to
We take him in.
we're not supposed to kill people who aren't part of the bounty.
Okay.
We're not even supposed to kill the bounty people either, but we
We
can.
can sometimes.
Listen, I say we just bring it
What-
up to the guild and do nothing else.
What I'm saying is, once we start taking the other guy out to hut space, say this Imperial officer just happens to go missing, or happens to get shot out of an airlock.
Does anyone here have a negative background experience with the Imperials that would have a benefit to doing this?
Also, that
Are-
doesn't sound
are you
very
serious?
Mandalorian on.
You ask the Mandalorian if they have a problem with Imperials.
Yes.
Huh? The group that pretty much just put a stranglehold on their planet and forced them to migrate away from their home planet. Huh? Would I have a problem with them? Yes.
My guy doesn't have a huge database of things the Imperials done bad because my guy's been a bounty hunter.
Fucking dolt.
The Imperials are probably one of the people who send out bounties that I've probably done quite a few on.
Yeah, but this guy has expensive data on him.
True.
That's the big thing. Expensive data that is just so coincidentally data from our enemy. It's a win-win on our side. The only collateral damage in that scenario is a dead Imperial officer.
And it is quite expensive. That is
It is
$750,000 of
quite
a million.
a pretty penny.
Yes.
That is a,
Yes.
that is almost like 5
But who
rockets
is he
for my
selling
jetpack.
it to?
Who cares? We could sell it to someone else. Sell it to the Hawk cartels for all we care.
Yeah, but
Information sells.
But my question is, he's an Imperial research analyst that is selling information.
Perhaps he's selling it to the rebellion.
True, he could be selling it to the rebellion. But do you think the rebellion would pay off an imp, or do you think they would just do what we're
Well,
about to
if
do?
the imp is a turncoat,
They don't.
then I don't see why they wouldn't.
The rebels would not pay for information. They have rebels go get the information.
I mean, they also have a lot of former
True, they-
Imperials.
Yeah,
Say the guy isn't even selling it. Say he's just giving it to
but
the
there was a
to
number,
the
there was
rebellion.
a price
I
in
mean,
there.
Crix Medine, who is like the head of Rebel Intelligence, was a former Imperial intelligence officer.
Yes, but once again, like I'm saying, is the fact that would they pay for it though? Would rebels pay an Imperial for it, or would they just have a turncoat give it to them? Why would they give you money for it when they can just get it for free?
Well, it does seem like from the conversation that the 750,000
Was an estimate.
is, yeah, like an appraisal of how much the information could be worth to interested parties. It's not like a straight locked-in number.
So that means the
Which
people
means
who are gonna buy it,
we could sell it to the rebellion.
or the rebellion could just do what they would do and be like, "It's for the good of mankind. Just give it to us," and you're just gonna hand it over. You're gonna put it
No,
over,
I would be like, give me money.
I
and then
mean,
they'll be like,
to be
"Oh,
fair,
sorry, we
they
have to
paid Han
detain you."
Solo.
They pay people outside of the rebellion for their services.
Not Imperials,
Yes, because the Imperials that give them services are usually
and not when we kill the
Turning
guy who
coat.
took the information and then said, "Okay, now give us the money." Han Solo didn't shoot their informant.
no, but Han Solo also wasn't an imp.
I
True.
mean, he was at one point.
Not at that point. And he was barely an imp at that point.
Either way, I don't think we wouldn't get paid for the information. Who are we gonna sell it to? The Rebel Alliance that's probably already getting information from this guy?
The Rebel Alliance we could sell it to.
The Hutts who have
The
no
Hutts
interest
that we could sell
in
to.
a Imperial organization.
Al, you do realize
Alright,
that
listen, Usix, I'm just saying that there are two people that
they pay for
want it.
I don't have a
Assassinate
problem
this.
if there would be no downside to it. But the
literally
problem is
anyone
we don't
that
have a seller.
takes
we
information
don't have a
usually
buyer.
buy information. In this case, this kind of information could go for a
We
very
don't even know what the information is. It's just them
Yeah,
saying our
but it's
information
appraised
is
for a
worth so
decent-
much money.
Yeah, that's good. Sell the shit for a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's all.
But it's
that's
the
all we
internals saying it's a lot of money. That doesn't mean it's actually worth anything.
I mean, if they think it's worth a lot of money, then it's probably worth a lot of money.
Because if it's like,
Especially for a guy to take it and for them to hire someone to kill him for
yeah, but
it.
the thing is, if it's like plans for a starship, you can't sell that to the Huts. The Huts aren't gonna buy that. If it's plans on how to make the coolest, newest hit drug, spice with an extra P, then yes, then maybe the Huts would be into that.
Al, do you really think the Huts only deal in spice and guns?
Yes. They don't sell spaceships.
I mean, they did have a super weapon built at one point.
True, they did have a super weapon built, but they're gonna.
It's information that they could sell for much more.
Okay, so I'll back you up on it, but you actually have to go kill this guy.
Well, the plan you had before would work.
So you have to go gamble our ship away then.
I am not.
Why would we have to go gamble our ship?
Oh, you're talking about
we
the
just say the
accomplice
fucking
plan.
guy. We just say the guy's in bed with the goddamn
All right,
with the guy we just
I'll go
grabbed.
back you up on that.
I will
but
say-
you gotta go get that man.
The messages do have a room number.
They have a room. Oh, so we know where this guy's going to be. What is the room number?
It is room 2187.
That's a lot of rooms.
Well, the
So
first
we
number is
just-
based on the floor. So the gambling hall is
It's
considered.
the 21st floor.
Well, no.
What?
So the gambling hall is they kind of do it like they do in Britain, where the gambling hall is ground
Oi.
floor. So all of the rooms on that floor would start with a G and then 3 numbers. The floor above that is first floor.
Oh, it's second floor.
It's second floor, which would technically be the third floor.
yes.
And then room
That's like all the way in the
187.
basement, though, isn't it?
What are
Second
you on
floor?
about?
No, that would be it would be above the. It would be the.
It would be the third floor
Yeah.
in actual terms, not British.
Yeah, it would be 2 floors above the gambling hall.
So what I'm hearing here is we re-enter the building, we break into the room, and we just wait for him to come. We bust him. If anyone asks any questions, say he's part of a bounty.
Or we cut them in half.
Do not kill civilians. We get the information from the guy, and we're gone. What happens to the Imperial officer next? We could kill him, we could not. We could leave him somewhere. Who gives a
We
shit?
can also make it much more erratic, and we can bring around our big guns if we say that they're planning to put a bomb on the ship.
We're not a counter-terror group, we're bounty hunters.
Yeah, but we still have a moral duty
Moral
to
Bruh.
make some fat dosh.
We
But if we
don't
inspire panic, it clears paths, and also...
clears paths. We're not fucking going through a crowd. We're literally going to wait in a room.
Oh, so we're just...
We're going to break into someone's hotel room and wait for them to come back. That's literally it.
Okay, so then fine. Yeah, let's go do that.
I am not coming with you.
Okay, so then you stay and interrogate this guy. Make sure you keep all
We're
guns
going
away
to-
from him.
We're going to kidnap this imp and we're going to get information to sell for big bucks. But since you're not in on it, you're not getting any of the money.
You will get part of the money. You're part of our crew. That's how that works.
I'm going to buy my own space yacht.
However, not with that much money, you won't.
It's going to be a space
How much is a
dinghy.
Star Destroyer?
I think it's more than that. But you could buy a pretty big ship.
Yeah, so let's, why don't we go... How are we going to get into this room, guy's room? We don't have a key. How is this
We
guy going to
break
get into this
in.
room? I look
I would
at him.
assume
How are
they
you going
have
to get
some
in that
form
room?
of data
I
cylinder
will
to get
say-
into the room.
When you searched him, you found slicer gear on him.
He was going to break... He was going to do what we were going to do! He was going to break into the room and shoot the guy!
We're not going to shoot him.
No, we're going to stun him and take him out.
Well, do you have stun?
Yeah, my wrist blasters have stun.
Okay, cool. I have a Billy Club.
I really hope this guy isn't that beefy, because if I shoot him with both of my guns, I'm doing 18 in stun damage.
It's fine. I'll just club him over the head. I'll just hide behind the door so he comes in and I just bonk him. Okay.
No, we just wait for him to come in and we act like Chris
So
Hansen.
then I'll grab the slicer gear because I have the intelligence to use it.
Okay.
What's your intellect?
Not high enough, but still go
There
off.
you go. Yeah, and then we'll
We're gonna break into
yeah
this
we'll
guy's
head
room.
back. We'll head back over.
Easy peasy. lemon squeezy.
We won't, unless someone asks, we don't have to tell them why we're going back into the party. So, we don't have to worry.
If they ask, we'll say we're... Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna go head up there.
So you guys walk down the ramp. As you're walking away, you just hear from behind you.
Hey, give me something at the gift shop.
Will do.
We're not getting something from the gift shop, are we?
Yes, we are. We're getting a bobblehead.
As you once again approach the door out of the hangar.
We show the ticket to them.
Yeah, I mean the security guys. It's the same security guys as before, so they just kind of nod at you as you walk through.
Oh, okay.
And start making your way towards the room.
I could have brought my gun or my
No,
sword.
you couldn't have.
They didn't check.
Your sword sticks out like a sore thumb.
It's fashion.
It's fashion sword.
When you make it to the room, the door is locked. So whoever's going to slice it, I'm going to need a 3 purple computers roll.
Easy.
Meanwhile, Foss, you're on the ship with Drex and Clank. What are you doing?
I guess I'll ask him a little bit more about this information, and I guess about the officer if he knows him.
Okay.
This poor bastard.
2 success, 3 threats. I've been identified in the system.
You've already been identified.
Yeah. Big dick.
Okay. So,
Probably broke the slicer gears, what you probably did.
Foss, give me a negotiation roll. It's going to be 3 purple.
Stop negotiating. Hit him in the face.
Meanwhile, back at room 2187, yeah, you're able to get the door open.
The alarm goes off.
You, as like you hit the last little click before the door slides open, you do see a guy kind of come around the corner. He sees you. Definitely recognizes that you're doing something off, but
What's fixing the door?
he
Yeah,
himself
repairman.
looks a little sketch.
Out of it. He's drugged. Oh, is he?
And he kind of just like squints, gives a nod, and then turns around and walks away.
Maybe that was his room.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? He look like? What is he wearing?
Lot of dark colors. It's very think like how do I want to do this? Think like what Han wears at Cloud City, like the long sleeve jacket instead of the vest. Well, instead of like a white shirt, it's like gray. So everything is just all very dark, neutral colors. He's just a human, but he's got like one cybernetic eye and like a very obvious scar that you could assume is what caused him to lose his natural eye. But definitely kind of scruffy looking, a little out of place in this kind of environment.
Definitely not an Imperial tech guy, obviously.
Definitely not a nerf herder.
He's probably here for some other fucking deal.
No, he probably was gonna help that guy break into here and kill him.
I doubt it.
Either way,
Why would they hire 2 people to come kill a single fucking dude?
it's easier for 2 people to consume a corpse than 1.
What?
I don't.
Did
I
you
don't
say
think that was in
consume
the.
a corpse?
I don't
Maybe.
think that was in the. I don't think that was in the job description.
We'll pay your debt, but you gotta eat the guy.
It's the easiest way to hide it.
But Foss, did you make that roll?
What was the difficulty?
It was 3 purple.
Okay, that is 1 failure, 1 advantage.
Okay. So, we'll get to that in a second. Usix and Iota, you're going into the room?
Yeah, we're gonna go in and close the door behind us.
Okay. So you step in, it's dark, the
Can we
lights are
lock
off.
the door behind us?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
we lock
there's
it?
a button to lock it. So you walk in, lock it, and you're able to find the light switch. When you turn the light on,
There's a dead body.
there is a body on the ground.
Fucking A! It was the guy. It was the sketchy guy. Had to have been.
You
Hold
want to
on.
run out and go get him?
Kano-looking
You want
motherfucker.
to run out and go get him?
Kick the body. See if it's dead. See if it's just not a passed out Imperial dude.
You know what? I wouldn't have guessed that this is what the Imperial would have looked like. So you know what?
Yeah, he looks like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, you can tell that, like, the pants are still very obviously uniform pants, of
They
like
look like
a, like an officer or an engineer.
Yeah, but he's wearing a green hoodie.
But the rest, it's less of a hoodie
Comfy.
and more of,
I don't know. I see the zipper.
It's a jacket.
yeah,
not a hoodie.
it's like a bomber jacket.
he's wearing a
almost.
windbreaker.
He's a bomber. Dude, I told you we should have told him there had been bombs. We would have just shown them the jacket and said, see, he's a
He
bomber.
was wearing a windbreaker when he was trying to get away from the guy. You just hear voop, 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 voop.
It looks like he was stabbed, and there is a data pad laying close to the body.
I'm assuming all the data on it's gone.
No, it is. The room itself looks like it's trashed. It looks like somebody like tossed the room looking for something. The data pad.
Is the shady guy just a burglar? Was the shady guy just a burglar coming to look for valuables
You don't know,
and killed the guy in the scuffle?
but the data pad is unlocked. It looks like it has like a like it's got like a little wire plugged into it. With like a little electronics box. It looks like it's there to crack whatever security's on the data pad. But like the guy that, like Drex, it looks like it was a burner data pad. And it seems like he was interacting with an anonymous third party. And the gist that you're getting is that he worked for an organization called The Exchange.
No wonder he got stabbed.
And that their operation was getting a little too morally dark for him, and he decided to jump ship. And that he will meet one of this anonymous third party's associates on Corellia, and that he'll bring his droid, which contains the information that he's selling.
Oh, now we need to find a droid.
Shit.
So,
Now's the time we go find the shady guy.
well, the shady guy didn't have a droid, did he?
No, but we can interrogate him for the droid.
Um,
Who knows? Maybe he's involved, or maybe he's just a serial killer loose on the ship.
I'm gonna need both of you to give me a 1 purple vigilance roll.
Jesus Christ, the serial killer's striking.
Meanwhile, so Foss, you got a failure with a advantage. So, what exactly are you asking, Drex?
I don't really know specifically. I just wanted to know, like, did you have somebody you wanted to, sell to? How were you planning on getting off the ship after, killing someone? Basic questions.
Okay. So, you ask all this of him, and he kind of sits there for a minute. You can tell he's very nervous, but he's talking very fast. And you don't really get a solid answer to your question. Like, he's saying things, but he's just like, they told me to do it, and that after I did it, I was to contact them, and that everything would be okay, and that if I didn't do it, they would know, which I don't know what the hell that means. Like, I mean, as far as I know, I'm their only guy here, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I was just supposed to do it and tell them, and that's it.
Okay. Well, I don't really care too much about his sob story, so I also don't really want to kill this guy, but they're already on it.
Okay. So as
Hey, we didn't kill him. We didn't do it.
as you're sitting there and you're listening to him say this, as he kind of quiets down, you hear the sound of a ship coming into the hangar can't really tell what it is. I mean, you can't see it. You're in like the central part of the Shriek-Hawk, so like there's no windows, but you can hear the telltale sounds of like sublight engines and the like release of hydraulics as a ship sets down in the hangar.
Well, that's probably not good. I can't just leave without my compatriots, so I'll wait.
Okay, so you head to the cockpit. You don't like, it's hard to see because you kind of parked facing the back wall of the hangar, so you don't see a new ship. So the best you can assume is that they landed somewhere behind the Shriek-Hawk. But as you're looking out, you see 6 individuals, 5 of which are very familiar.
Oh boy.
It's 5 rather dirty and scuffed looking stormtroopers.
Oh boy.
And at the head of the group is a stormtrooper in like slightly bulkier armor, no helmet. He's got like a mohawk and a headband, like a bandana tied around. And he's got like a heavy blaster rifle, shouldered.
What fucking dickhead is this?
Well, I'm on the ship, yeah, so I have my weapons now.
Yeah.
Not that
You
I'm
start
gonna
a
like open fire.
firefight in
I'm
the
not
haze?
gonna open fire on him or anything. I'm just saying.
They seem
I don't
to.
know. I'd say be ready.
They seem to ignore the Shriek-Hawk.
Imp.
But as they're walking up, it seems like you're enough of a distance away that you can't hear what's being said. One of the security guys kind of steps forward and like puts his hand out, and the guy with the heavy blaster rifle shoots both security guys dead.
Oh boy.
Now would be the time to shoot him.
You see the crewman that had like the lights that was directing you guys in when you landed. Like he's coming back from his break. Without skipping a beat, one of the other stormtroopers just shoots him and guns him down too. And they just enter in through the main door.
The stormtroopers are committing no Russian. I would like to file a complaint with their HR.
Well, I don't really want to engage all of them by myself, so I guess I'll tell Clank to wait on the ship. I'll take my gun out and I will follow them.
Okay.
Stealthily as possible. I don't really want to fight 6 people. Oh, also, do you guys have, I would assume you guys have comlinks. With
I would
which
assume
I can...
so.
It's a good question. Do
I
you
will
guys have
communicate
comlinks?
then that there is a serious problem.
Do you not have a comlink?
Your armor comes with one, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but if not, I have one in my inventory.
Oh, well. I don't own one.
Why do you not have one?
So you would
I'm-
be able to Foss. You would be able to contact
Jesus fucking Christ.
U6 from the comm station on the Shriek-Hawk.
Alright, well, Iota's with him, so that works.
I want to know who murdered this guy, and I want to know where this droid is. I want my money.
So yeah, as this is going on, as the stormtroopers are killing the security guys and coming in, back in room 2187, you guys are kind of doing a scan of the room. U6, you hear a sound there's like a small vent on the wall.
Sus.
And you kind of like look over at it, and Iota gets the same idea, and as you
Why are we tossing the guy in the vent?
you get close to it. It's not big. It's like probably
It's going to be a small droid in the
6
vent.
inches like tall by like a foot wide.
Throwing the guy in. Thought we were hiding the corpse in it.
No! There's a sound coming from the vent!
As you get close, I like to imagine that this is a conversation that's happening in character.
I'm starting to pick up the corpse and like, hey, you want to help me?
But as you get close, the vent pops open, as if it was like slammed from the inside, and you see. Hold on.
Uh-oh. That's not great.
That's...
Um,
Oh, droid! Oh!
That's not great, though. That's a snitch
A
droid.
small droid.
Yeah, but we get it in our possession.
I'm battering it with
Money!
my club.
It looks like
Oh, this is the droid you want to beat the
It's
shit
an
out
imp
of. Huh?
droid. It's racist.
It looks like that. It's slightly different. It looks like an ID9 Imperial droid.
Sure does.
Though instead of having like dangly legs with like little like claw hands, they're more like spindly like spider legs.
So like the one from Battlefront.
Kind of. It's definitely smaller though. It's about the size of a small dinner plate. And it
We can throw it like a frisbee.
Throw it at the
it
wall.
obviously cannot fly, but it can cling to the walls with the legs. It looks like they're magnetized, so it kind of just comes crawling out like a spider.
That's kind of creepy.
Jeez.
Hey there, buddy.
And it crawls
How you
down the
doing?
wall and gets in between you guys and the body. And it can only communicate. It can only communicate in beeps and boops.
I
like
can
an R2
understand
unit.
beeps and boops.
Yeah, you can understand binary.
What does it say?
It's very primitive, but the gist that you're getting, it's like a dog getting in between its wounded master and a possible threat.
Hey there, buddy.
Is it doing robotic barking?
I mean, not really. It's just letting out like little chirps and whistles to essentially be like, "Hey, stay back."
Hey. We need to know who did this. So we can figure out what happened here.
Do we really need to do that though? Couldn't we just
Shut up,
stun the
please.
robot?
You have to calm down the robot.
Give me a charm roll.
Oh yeah, we could do that because then we can extract the data from the robot
Yeah.
and keep the
Don't
robot.
say it in front
I'm
of the
not
robot.
saying it in character.
You're gonna get a natural boost to this, and this is on top of any. I don't know if you actually have speak binary, which would help in this scenario.
No, I'm a robot. I just do it. I get a boost. And how many purple?
It's gonna be 2.
I'm just saying, we extract the data from the robot, and then we have another robot.
I think it understands.
So it kind of
We
like
can spy robot?
looks between you and back to the body, and kind of just lets out like that sad little, and kind of like just kind of like nudges its like dish-like head up against the guy's like hand, but obviously the body's limp. It's not moving.
Yeah. Okay. So we're bounty hunters. We do, the stuff. Oh, we're just so no. Are we now informed that people are shooting up the hangar?
Yeah. As this happens, you get a message from Foss.
Okay. So
There are people here coming to kill the droid.
So, not only are we we're bounty hunters, so we need to figure out who did this so we can stake them in. It's not only for goodwill; it's for the fact that these are bad people. Also, there is a group of active shooters in the hangar. Presumably,
they have left the hangar at this point.
In the main area.
shooting up civilians, and we need to get you out of here because they're probably gonna come for you because you got some funny knowledge in your brain there, bud, and they're willing to kill lots of innocent civilians for it. So we need to drive that information away from the people killing innocent people.
Okay, give me another charm roll. You're still gonna maintain the boost. But this one is going to be just 1 purple.
I'm still gonna fail. Hold on. I didn't fail. Not yet. See? I told you. It's getting better, but I have 1 presence. What do you want from me?
I'm about to stun this droid.
I'm about to club it.
Don't kill it. We could use it.
Okay, so 3 advantage. How do I want to... Iota.
Yes.
You say this, he looks once again between the body and you, and then he gives like a little nod, and like a little whistle in the affirmative, and then literally climbs up your back, and like clings to like almost around your shoulders,
We've got a robot backpack.
and
Isn't this just from Fallen Order?
No.
Yes.
That's the droid is more similar to Iden Versio's.
Yeah, but the droid's also doing
Oh,
an
that's the one I was
action
thinking
similar to both Aiden's and
Well,
Cal's
saying that it's
droids.
the droid that Aiden Versio has, yes, the droid would act like the droid.
It's a model behind. So it is roughly similar in size to BD1.
That's not R2D2, that's
Um,
R2D1, dumbass. R2 get pranked.
Actually,
so what it
if
still rolls
we're making a
around
good
size.
if we're making a good comparison, it would be an R1D2. The first number is the model.
Not necessarily. Aren't droid names just little sections of their serial number that could be like many digits and numbers?
Yeah, but when it comes to astromech
they
droids,
have naming conventions.
Yeah, when it comes to astromech droids, the letter and number in the beginning is the model. So
that's why they're all
R2 is an
something
R2
something
unit.
something something.
The same as
Unlike C3PO, which is C3 something something.
like R5D4 on Tatooine is not the only R5 unit, but there are other R5 units. But yeah, back to it. He is roughly the same size as BD1. So yeah, it's think an Imperial version of that, except it's got 4 legs.
Either way,
what I'm hearing is just keep your jacket over the droid so that the active shooters don't see it.
He is fully like climbed up over your jacket onto your shoulder, and is like locked in place.
Go get me that guy's bed sheet, and I'll just
You're
throw it
gonna
on
wear
like
it like
cape.
a poncho?
Yeah, I'll wear it like a poncho.
All right, we're gonna.
I'm a poncho up.
I guess we're gonna use one of the fucking bed sheets.
Dude, I'm gonna look like El Kabonk.
Either way, you make a poncho out of the bed sheet.
Bed sheet.
I mean, it's not a very thick bed sheet. There's still a little bit.
Oh
no! If you look closely, like the hump from the droid being on your back, you could probably ignore, but there is like a slight
dim glow.
Yeah, from his eye. So
yeah, but it's less noticeable on a droid who's running around as a droid. Then again, they may be like, maybe that's the droid, and just talk about me.
I will say, if these guys are trying to get their own property back, they probably
know what model droid it is.
Oh, well then it doesn't matter.
No, because they're gonna kill us anyway.
Not if we just run past them.
Ah yes, run towards the active shooter.
When I have El Kabonk.
But are you guys leaving the room?
Yes, I mean there's nothing else we can do.
Okay. So while you're doing
I'm gonna stomp on the data pad on the way out though, so that it's broken. Fuck those guys.
Okay. While you're doing that, Fost, give me a stealth roll.
Oh boy. Okay.
He's gonna get shot dead.
No, I have good stealth. What's the difficulty?
Hold on 1 second. It's gonna be 1 red, 2 purple. And you're just leaving Clank on the Shriek-Hawk with Drex?
Yes,
Don't do that. No, because he thinks he's a guest.
Oh, well, I'll make sure that he knows he's
I don't think Clank really understands that, considering Drex is also handcuffed.
Yeah, but he's dumb enough to think I drink mocha.
So you do pass along that he is a prisoner, and as you're like stealthing out of the ship, oh boy.
Are you serious?
Alright,
well, 2 advantage.
As you're sneaking down the ramp, Clank is like,
don't worry, I'm gonna take my job very seriously.
And then he turns to face Drex, who's like sitting down at the table, and he takes the baton.
Oh god.
And like just slams it into his leg.
Oh my god! We said he's a prisoner, not to fucking kill him.
Dude, awesome.
It doesn't look like it did any like major damage.
Your droid is awesome.
Dude's gonna have a welt on his leg though.
Okay. Good to know he's not that strong, but that makes sense for a battle droid.
I will say, so you got 2 advantage, but no success. So you're able to follow relatively closely, without getting spotted. But
how many civilians have they gunned down at this point?
None at this point. It seems like the hallway going from the hangar to the gambling hall is relatively empty. But once they make it out into the actual gambling hall, the bulkier trooper with the heavy blaster rifle jumps up onto one of the Pazak tables
oh boy.
and fires a couple shots into the air.
Oh boy.
and he just kind of obviously he's got a blaster in his one hand, so he only uses the other hand to like amplify his voice by like cupping it around his mouth. But you watch as he jumps up, does this, and goes, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, we won't take up too much of your time. We're here looking for a piece of our property that was stolen from us. So, as long as you stay out of our way while we look for it, nothing bad will happen. But if you get in our way," and he just points the rifle down at the dealer of the table and just blows this guy away. As this is going on, the other 5 troopers are kind of spreading out through the gambling hall. One of them does turn around, and you're able to pull your head back behind the like door frame. So it doesn't look like they clocked you as like a combatant, but he definitely like leans over to one of the other guys and says something. So they know you're there, but it seems like as far as they know, you're just another guest.
Okay. Well, I'll stay down, and I assume that since I, cased the place earlier, if I see them leave, I'll probably have an idea of where they're going, so I'll, continue to follow them, but a little bit behind, where, I won't see them.
We should almost certainly kill these guys, right?
Well, at this point,
fire on 6 of them.
They're not moving as a group anymore now that they're in the main gambling hall. The 5 troopers,
we don't have our primary weapons.
Yeah,
but they're splitting up.
I definitely cannot carry your 2 though.
Yeah.
Unless what's the encumbrance of them?
It's like 4.
My sword is 4.
4? Okay, I definitely can carry that. 6. What about your blasters?
My guns are strapped to my wrist.
Okay, all right. Oh no, actually, I have 4 encumbrance that I can carry. I can carry his sword because my binders are not on me right now.
But they probably won't think you were just a regular guest if you're walking out of the ship with a giant sword and guns.
Well, that's the thing. When they saw him, they didn't see him following them. They saw him once they had already entered the gambling hall.
Okay, bring me my sword.
So what I'm hearing is we isolate them from the groups, and we kill them, and then we only have to deal with the one big guy.
I want their armor. It's pretty basic.
There also is a heavy blaster pistol that's banging around because you guys took it off of Drex. So I don't know who wants to or is holding on to that.
That's probably still.
I think we locked it up. I think we locked it up inside the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as Usix and Iota, you come out of the room, you hear this blaster fire go off, and
awkward.
You walk out of the there's the hallway that all the rooms are in, and then there's doors opposite that face inward towards the gambling hall that lead to the walkway that you can look down into the gambling hall. And you also now see these 5 troopers spreading out amongst the patrons. Some of them are actually being somewhat diligent and trying to look under tables and search anywhere that the droid might be hiding. But other ones are just there to cause fucking chaos. They're knocking trays out of droids' hands. They're taking drinks from people and dumping them on the ground. And then there's
so these guys are 100% dead, right? They're dead men walking.
And the bulky guy is still standing up on the Pizzac table.
I'm gonna sword and board these dudes.
I'd say those poor bastards, but they have it coming.
However, we don't know if they... Well, do they want the droid, or do they want to destroy the droid?
We don't know.
Well, it's their property, and they said they wanted it returned to them.
True, they'd probably just start shooting everyone if they wanted to destroy it.
Or they could have just blown up the yacht.
True, they could have just blown up the yacht.
Don't know why they'd send the most conspicuous motherfuckers possible to come get the droid.
Because it doesn't matter, clearly. Clearly they've got dicks big enough to do this.
I'm about to have a fucking 6-man stack of dead bodies is what they're gonna have.
Are we just gonna run out and just start clobbing heads? Or...
No, we need to isolate them and kill them away from their group. That way it just lowers down the numbers.
How spread out are they gonna get? They're probably not gonna be that much.
And only one of you guys is good at stealth.
And I failed.
Anyway, what is you guys' plan?
We have to find a way to get these guys alone. Stab them to death. Or at least isolate them from the most of their group. At least from the big guy. Because we just want to get the big guy alone so that we can just all stand and surround him and beat the hell out of him.
How many are still in the same room as I am right now?
All of them are in the gambling hall. They're spread out, but they're all in there.
You would think they would go to other rooms other than just the gambling hall, but I guess not.
Should I just open fire on them?
Do I want me to run in and just start beating the fuck out of them? I don't have my big sword, but even with a one,
you don't have it yet.
I don't have it yet. That's still a +2 damage club with Disorient too.
Sure, go for it.
So yeah, I'm a bust out. Where's the well, from where I am, where's the closest guy?
Well, you guys are up on, you're 2 floors up.
Okay, so okay.
You can either run down and enter one of the other entrances, or you could feasibly jump down.
Question, is the area underneath the chandelier clear?
Yes. I mean, other than, like, there are some, like, party goers that are there, but...
That's opposite of clear. That's opposite of clear.
It's clear of combatants, is what I'm saying. Because I know you want to drop it on
Yeah,
somebody.
but it's not clear of collateral.
No,
we want to drop them on the combatants. We don't want to drop them on the civilians.
Yeah, I meant clear as in there's nobody underneath it. Not clear as in, yeah, if you want to go crush some civvies, go do it.
We're here to kill these guys, not cause unwanted mayhem.
Okay. So in that case,
say as we open fire on a group of stormtroopers.
What I'm saying is, if you were to drop down, it's like 20 feet.
That's pretty. Would I be able to land on someone?
I mean, if you picked your target, I mean, potentially.
Try and land on the big guy. Just crush him. Reach terminal velocity and hit him like a falling car.
I'll just put my shield on my feet when I jump down and I'll just crush him. How about this? You pretend to have the droid.
What? I don't want them shooting at me.
They won't, because they won't want to hit the droid.
Yeah, but they'd want to kill me.
Yeah, but if they shoot you, they risk shooting the droid.
Why do we have to pretend one of us has the droid when we could just kill them?
Because it's use them as a lure. It'll get them away from the civilians, because they know the civilians, they don't have to shoot now. Or, like, threaten and beat up. Because they know who they have to go beat up, and that's us.
Yeah, but couldn't we just shoot them anyway?
What's the plan,
the civilians stayed down.
They're moving out. They're, like, corralling people now.
Hey, asshole! I'm gonna stand up on the railing. I'm gonna grab my robo junk and say, "I got your droid right here."
Slips on. Wait, is the railing like a rounded railing?
I'd assume not, since I just did that.
Jumps on the railing, slides, falls down,
crushes 3 people.
No, it's flat. Yeah, they all look right up at you, and they're gonna. The big guy's gonna open fire.
Good thing I got my shield.
What's your ranged defense?
3. I'm gonna block the shots with a club. Bonk, bonk.
Okay, so that's 2 success.
You take 50 damage. What he is using is actually a disintegrator rifle.
It says it disintegrates everything on you too, I believe, so it would just kill the droid.
So that's gonna be 12 damage.
Ouch.
As he shoulders this heavy blast rifle, and like literally it like starts burning. It doesn't start. It does. It burns through the bed sheet and singes your like jacket that you're wearing underneath, and starts melting through your outer layer of armor.
Ow! Oh, this guy's dead.
Jump at him! Jump at him!
I'm gonna take
Throw
off
yourself at him like a fucking.
I'm gonna
missile.
take off the droid.
We're gonna roll initiative first.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
take off the droid. You put it in a bag.
I'm gonna take off the droid, and then I can wrap him up.
What is ours? Cool.
What are we rolling? Cool or
Yeah, you guys were kind of planning, so it would be cool. So first up in the initiative order is
The minion group.
Well, they do initiative just like you guys do initiative. So
yeah, so they can pick. So not the minion group.
Yeah.
Oh, so the guy's
so
gonna shoot
big guy
us.
is going to shoot.
God damn it.
Iota again.
You really should have jumped on the rail.
It's fine.
He's gonna fucking burn a hole through your chest.
You gotta kill me, actually.
We're gonna get a fucking party death in the first real episode. No.
No,
So he goes to shoot again, but he kind of is pissed about what's going on, so doesn't
I'd be
really
pissed too if I
aim,
sucked.
and it goes right over your head. You guys have the next 2 initiative slots, so
Alright, I'm shooting him. Pog.
I would like to not be on this, but I don't get the choice. So
are you using 1 blaster or 2?
What's the what's the issues if I use both?
You would add a difficulty unless you have the talent that negates that. And then as long as you have 2 advantages, you hit with the second blaster.
And what's the range?
It's medium range, so it would be 2 purple. So as long as you
It
don't,
would be 3 purple.
yeah, if you don't have the talent.
Well, I will take the one. Doesn't matter because I do 10 damage with both pistols. And since I got, does it cost the 2 advantage to
Yes.
to use the second one? Okay, so I could either do 10 damage and a crit,
you crit
or
on
20
one.
damage.
Oh.
I'm going to do 20 damage on the guy because
Okay.
I hope he fucking dies.
It is going to subtract his soak twice because it's 2 separate shots. But let me look at that. Woof. Okay.
He's dead.
He is not, but you do run up to the railing and just like, I mean, they're on
Why do
your
I
wrists
feel like
now.
his soak is like massive.
So it's almost like a firebender. You just kind of like punch outward and shoot 2 blasts down at him. And melts through some of his armor. Definitely looks very hurt. But he's still standing. But you guys have the next initiative slot as well. So
Time to go again. I hit him again.
I should probably go, considering I've
Yes.
A big gun.
no, what's it called? The
quick strike.
quick strike, yeah. So who has not moved in combat yet?
Attack the minion group.
Yeah, the minion group hasn't gone yet.
All right, looks like I'm taking.
Oh
pot
yeah,
shots
if he
at
attacks the minion group, he could literally kill the whole minion group.
I could. Let's find out.
Let's see how many dice.
It's
he
medium
rolls.
range, so it's 2 purple. I will say some of them have some partial cover because you're shooting into. Actually, it's gonna
A
be
crowd?
Yeah, so it's gonna be 2 setback. I don't know if you have any talents that negate any of that.
I'm about to find out. I don't think so. Sorry, what range are they at?
Medium, so it's 2 purple.
Got it.
And I can't use the rocket here, Alex. They're civilians.
I know. And
You could.
He doesn't have his jetpack.
Well, I'm gonna use my maneuver to aim at them. And yeah, I'm gonna fire. Just open fire right on him.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, he could.
Are you serious?
What?
I rolled literally 14 dice and they canceled out.
hey,
That's insane. That's
Okay,
better.
so that's 6 success and 3 advantage.
how many crits is that? Just
That
one?
is just 1 crit, and that is 15
I did not
damage.
critting on a 1.
He could very well kill the minion group on his
Okay,
own.
so 15 damage.
And a crit, and 1 advantage left over.
Don't forget, you can spend that advantage on something.
I'm probably gonna build some strain up because I need strain.
Didn't we take a nap?
Yeah,
oh,
but he-
you were sprinting,
He
right?
sprinted and tackled that guy earlier.
Okay, so you pop out on one knee around this corner, and you take a hot second just to get a bead on your targets, just to make sure you've got an opening, so you're not getting any civilian casualties or anything like that.
How horrid.
And you pop off 3 shots, and 2 of them are a little close, but one you thread the needle between like 2 guys, and it just nails this stormtrooper right in the neck. So 3 of the 5 go down. However, now it's their turn.
Yeah, but now the minion group can only go.
Yeah, I know. And now there's only
Poor bastard.
there's only 2 of them left.
But then Iota gets to go, and Iota can just jump off the railing and attack the guy on the table.
I'm trying to think
Die.
who they would think is a bigger threat.
You have a better chance of killing this guy by jumping on him with your sword than any of us have doing any real significant damage.
They're gonna shoot it.
Can't your sword like breach a spaceship?
No. A fusion cutter could.
What the fuck is the point of your sword?
It has 1 crit.
Foss, do you have any defense?
I have 1 defense.
Okay, so then you would have 2 setback to this because you're also behind the wall.
I can also, I believe, take an incidental to dodge. Which means I'm gonna take 2 strain, and you're gonna upgrade the difficulty of the check by 2.
Okay, that is a good talent that you have.
Yes. It is. Get fucked.
All right, 2 failures and an advantage. So they don't hit you, but in the process of them shooting, you kind of had to like duck out of the way of one of the blaster bolts, which kind of pulled you a little bit further away from the wall. So the next person to attack you is going to get a boost dice. But it's you guys' initiative slot next, so...
You mean it's my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So if I was to jump down on top of the big guy, how would that work? I know it's 20 feet. So,
You would make an athletics roll. It would be 2 purple, 1 for each story. You would get a boost because you're gonna land on him, and that'll help not incur damage, but you're also gonna get a setback because you're aiming for a specific target.
Nice.
I'm gonna drop a thermal detonator in there.
So, what was it? 2 purples, a boost and a setback. Okay. Here I come! Uh-oh!
3 advantage, that's kind of pog.
Yeah, 3 advantage is the cool part of that. I'm gonna get hurt.
How much is a character's crit for landing on someone?
I'd assume a normal melee, so 5.
So...
You land directly on this man's femur.
how do I want to do this?
Here I come, I am cinnamon!
And then you break your fucking neck.
Yeah, and I
I'm
break
gonna-
my neck.
I'm gonna roll 2 d6s.
You're gonna land on a civilian.
Wait, we're playing with... Hold on, D&D rules here, hold on.
Okay.
I can't afford to take
9.
12 damage.
So you're gonna take 9 damage. You can subtract your soak from that.
Oh! I'm alive!
What would you like to do with your 3 advantage? That does count as your action for the turn.
Oh! Okay, cool. If that's the case, then I'd like to use, those 3 advantage, to, let me, where's the list of things I can do with advantages? Because, let me tell you, it's looking grim for good old Iota. I don't think that works. I don't think gain +1 to melee or range defense till end of next turn works if it's already at max.
Isn't your melee defense at max?
It says disarm the target. I feel like
Dude, yes!
I feel like that's more for if I'm hitting someone. But I do like the idea of me landing and just hitting the tip of this guy's gun with my fat metal ass.
I will allow the disarm.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Like, you know the
Okay.
scene where Grievous stops Obi-Wan from getting his weapon?
No.
Like that, but with your foot and his gun.
My
So
foot in his ass.
we'll do this from
Poor bastard.
from Foss's perspective. Foss, you're on the ground. You just shot some guys and got shot at back. You watch as Iota, who is currently standing on a railing 2 floors up, drops down and like goes to bring the baton down on this bulkier stormtrooper. The stormtrooper kind of backs up. He's still on the table, and Iota crashes through, and the table, as nice as it is, it's just made of wood. Completely breaks the one side of the table.
It was a superhero landing, though, because he's got the cape and everything.
And
No, remember I took it off.
Oh, yeah.
however, because of that, the table is now off balance. So the guy stumbles backwards, hits the table behind him. So he's now on even ground. And Iota is able to catch the rifle with the baton and knock it out of his hand.
Yeah, I'm cool like that.
Now this guy's gonna either have to try and grab
He
the
can try
gun
and
back
fist
or
fight me.
fist fight you.
Yeah,
Which
he's
is not gonna
he's
work.
gonna try and just fucking beat you.
Okay, he's
gonna
got
try-
4
He's
melee.
gonna punch the metal man. We've seen what happens when someone tries to punch a droid. We've seen it in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, he's gonna break his wrist, and then I'm gonna shoot him.
Oh, that's interesting. So he's not gonna try and punch you.
Wow, I'm assuming he's a vibro knife.
He reaches down and pulls a vibro knife out of his boot, and he's gonna try and hit you with it.
Come on, bud. What are you gonna do? I can't wait to just have him stab me and I just die.
What is your melee defense?
4.
How did he still hit?
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I can spend threats.
While you figure out what you're spending those threats on, that's 7 damage, and it ignores 2 of your soak.
It does 7 damage and ignores 2 soak.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. So then I take 4, so then I'm 2 damage over the fact, which means since I'm exceeding wound threshold, character becomes incapacitated and suffers a critical injury. So let me go ahead and roll that real quick.
You're knocked prone and suffer a strain.
That's fine because I was already incapacitated.
Yeah. So
From that, so I suffer a strain, which I don't because I have the thing that makes it so if it's not of my own volition, I -1 strain. So I've just downed on the ground, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a very much, because you've got the shield, it's very much a Cap versus the Winter Soldier kind of knife fight.
You're gonna get us sued.
And he even pulls the shield out of the way, does a little knife flip, and stabs you in the chest.
Ow.
And
Gonna
then
get
does a little
copyright struck.
side kick and knocks you to the ground. So Voss and Usix, you see Iota go down and harshly. But you guys have the next 2 initiative slots.
Alright, I'm shooting him. He's being shot. He gets shot. 10 damage and triumph. Which is, it's a crit, right? Is a triumph a crit?
Yes.
So
Which means that's 2 crit then. Or you can crit and shoot twice.
So
I already hit twice because I got 2 advantage on top of it. So he takes 20 damage and a crit.
So here's
I'm
the
saying
thing.
you could crit plus 10, or you could do that.
Why would
Ignoring
I
the
what?
triumph, you kill him outright.
Yeah, well, I want him dead.
So here's the thing. Before you roll that crit, since you kill him outright, I will allow you.
I can turn the next damage to another one of the. Can I turn the crit to the fucking minion group?
Yes.
Then I use that.
Okay. So,
Just bang, bang.
you
Or bastards.
shoot him with your wrist blasters, and we're gonna do this rule of cool because it's a cool thing to do. You shoot him twice with the wrist blasters. He goes down. As he goes down, the vibro knife that he just used to attack Iota kind of goes end over end in the air. And you pull a hunter from Bad Batch. You shoot the knife, and it goes flying into one of the other stormtroopers, and he goes down.
Now that's a gamer moment.
Nice.
Could you imagine getting shot by some guy and someone says that? They say that's a gamer moment after they kill you. I would be like, just take me to hell. Just eternal torment forever.
Now, all I'm saying is, this last stormtrooper is going to get John Marston.
So, you guys have the next initiative slot. So, Voss, you're up, buddy.
Poor guy. It's just the one stormtrooper, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my maneuver to aim and take him out nice and quick. How far am I?
It's still medium distance.
Does he have any armor?
No.
Good night. That's 7 success
Jesus.
and 4 advantage, so he takes 16 damage and 2 crits.
He's dead. You stop it. You've
You have
blown
a
him
gun
into
that does
chunks.
11 damage?
So, Voss, you see as this last stormtrooper,
Chunks.
you don't know if there was, like, a deep
You know in Borderlands
friendship.
when you're over leveled and you shoot someone?
Well, hold on. You don't know if there was, like, a deep friendship between him and the stormtrooper that just took the knife. But he comes running out of the crowd to try and get a shot on Usix. And you just fire, like, 3 shots. And it's like a mob movie. He just takes multiple shots to the body and just crumples to the ground.
Ouch.
There's like a moment of silence as this gambling hall it already had some smoke in it from the copious amounts of drugs and hookahs and such that are being passed around, but now it's mixed with a decent amount of ionized air from blaster bolts and bits of singed uniform.
Copious amounts of Durasteel from my hull.
Yeah. All of the crowd are all of these guys are kind of huddled. All of the civilians are kind of like huddled around the corners of the room at this point.
Got it.
And a decent, after a couple moments, a decent-sized group of security guys comes running into the room. But seeing as you guys handled it already, they start kind of policing people to their rooms and trying to move the bodies out of the gambling hall.
Makes sense.
One of them does kind of like, doesn't say anything, but he definitely looks at you guys and gives you like a appreciative nod.
Alright.
But I'm assuming you guys are bringing Iota's body back to the Shriek-Hawk.
No, we're gonna leave it.
Hey, I'm still alive.
We're gonna drag the
I'm unconscious.
currently unconscious droid.
I will say,
I don't know how a droid loses consciousness.
The probe droid has now crawled onto Iota's chest and is like covering the wound, and like
Aww.
any of the security guys that even walk close to Iota, if a droid could like hiss, it's doing that.
Dude, I got a pet. A pet who I will establish free rights to, but a pet.
If you establish free rights to a pet, nothing's gonna happen. If you give a dog full rights, the dog is still going to act like a dog. It's not gonna go and become a fucking drug kingpin. It's just gonna keep doing dog.
I've
That
met,
would be
I've
funny,
met some
though.
dogs. I've met some dogs that would 100% be drug
Kingpins?
kingpins if they were given the option.
But you guys are able to get Iota back to the Shriek-Hawk. I'm assuming you guys are continuing on with the bounty plan and leaving and hitting up the bounty office on Corellia.
Yes, but first, that ship
Yes.
that they came
Yes,
on.
you do see when you get into the hangar, it is the same kind of modified Lambda class Imperial shuttle.
What I'm hearing is we load their bodies into the ship, plant a bomb on the ship, use the ship's autopilot to send it off to wherever the fuck it came from, and blow it up, because fuck them.
Or take their guns, we take their armor, and you just take all the scrap you can on the ship for poor little old Iota, who jumped down, saving the lives of thousands of innocent
I mean,
civilians.
there wasn't that many people on board.
All you did was knock his gun out of his hand and he stabbed you.
Exactly. But he couldn't shoot anyone
He stabbed
else.
you and I shot him to death.
But he is dead, and all that scrap metal you could heave onto our ship is going to be made into tons of more clubs and knives.
I will say, for the sake of this conversation, I will have allowed you to be able to pick up their guns, but the security were dragging the bodies away before you could loot them of their armor.
That's probably for the best. I wouldn't want
and,
to wear. I can't wear their armor anyways.
The security on the yacht have cordoned off the ship that they came in on. It looks like they're already staging their own investigation.
I say we just leave. Just let's get our job done and get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Take their weapons and bring me
Yeah,
to a sarcophagi.
So whoever is
You're not a mummy.
making a piloting roll, you can make
I'll
it
do it.
with a. It's just gonna be one purple.
Isn't Usix the
not gonna
pilot?
take you that long.
It's a joke because I'm
Oh.
dead.
It's space, right?
Yeah, it's space.
Well,
And you said one purple.
One purple, yeah. You're literally just making a minuscule jump to light speed. You're in hyperspace for maybe 20
success.
minutes. But you're able to make it there. You
it's not even enough for me to repair.
maneuver your
Well, of course,
ship
you're
down
unconscious.
to Coronet City. And specifically, hold on, I've got it in my notes.
I mean, it's not pacifically.
Jeez.
You head to a specific starport where you know the guild office is relatively close by. It is and I put quotes around this, gentleman's club called The Last Resort.
Wait. Oh wait, never mind. We've only been there for 20 minutes. I was gonna say, can you throw me in an oil bath on the ship? It recovers wounds, apparently. But
Yes. Let me cover my my very important and precious circuitry with oil.
they do.
yes.
As soon as you go in, you know that the guild has doctors and mechanics and stuff. So you bring Iota with you. You have like some kind of like floating stretcher or something that you can get.
I
him
like
with
how of all the people that took damage in that fight, it was only the droid.
You mean the one who's a melee fighter
Yeah,
took
I'm
damage?
not
Wow,
surprised.
surprising.
Well, it's just funny because last episode you almost went down because you maxed out your strain, and this episode you did go down because you maxed out your wounds.
You know how it be.
But
and your fucking critical injury was just you were knocked on your.
It's not gonna matter when I dip into this Marauder subclass.
they do bring Iota into the back and have the door closes, but you can hear the mechanics start to working. You even hear like a muffled in the background.
I'm assuming that's the mechanic who got me working, not me.
Iota.
I didn't turn Italian.
No,
I'm Chris Pratt.
That was a Babu Frick joke.
That's what I thought.
And the thing with The Last Resort is walking in, it does look like a gentleman's club. They have stages and they have dancers.
What planet are we on?
But you would
Gentlemen?
Corellia. But you would know from its reputation that every single man, woman, and non-binary that is a performer, and again I put quotes, is also highly trained, and there are like hidden arms like all over the bar. Like
You're telling me there's chicks in here who can bust my neck and my balls?
pretty much. But
I'm a droid. It's okay. I can say that.
when you get there, the administrator for The Last Resort is a Toydarian named Timo, who comes floating out with his little leathery wings. He has some guys take Drex into the back to be put in a cell until he can be transferred to the client. And then he turns to, obviously it's just Usix and Foster who are here, considering Iota's being worked on. But he turns to the two of you, and he's like, "So,
Only money.
you wait here. We get the money for you. You want a drink? I'll buy you a drink."
Don't accept a drink from this man.
He doesn't give you a second. He literally floats so he's like floating between the two of you, kind of slaps you both on the back and starts hovering towards the bar. And
He
it's
smacks me on the back again. I'm getting the fly swatter.
he gives you guys a free round of drinks. But as you're sitting at the bar, there's obviously like view screens up that connect to like HoloNet. Like they're playing a pod race right now, but it's interrupted. There is like a emergency broadcast from HoloNet News that pops up, and
I have a guess that it's about some kind of active shooting.
you see like the graphic for the news network before it switches to a human newscaster. Breaking news is popping up at the bottom in Otterbesh.
Breaking news: the Death Star exploded. The Empire's no more.
Shush. Today is a dark day. HNN has just gotten reports that earlier today, an insurgent strike force staged an assassination attempt at a secure military installation in the Outer Rim. This attack led to a massive loss of loyal Imperial lives, including that of our glorious Emperor.
Wait, what?
And you can't hear the rest of the broadcast as the rest of the bar kind of went silent when the broadcast started, and now there is a loud murmur across the entire club. And that's where we're going to end today.
Holy shit.
Hey everybody, Tyler here. I just wanted to thank y'all for your patience. This second episode, we had a few technical difficulties that caused the editing process to take a little bit longer than the first. But we're still experimenting with, our recording setup and everything like that. So, hopefully, the next episode and those that follow will be a little bit more of a consistent schedule. But I also wanted to give a little bit of information. We now have a Facebook group, or a Facebook page, rather. You can find that at the Galaxy RPG Podcast on Facebook. And we also have a Reddit page, r/GalaxyRPG. I'll be trying to, post links on those to new episodes, but I'll also be sharing any of the in-game visual aids that you might hear us talk about, as well as any character art that we either commission or we do a lot of Hero Forge here. That's not a sponsor. It's just cool. But anyway, I wanted to thank you all again, and